Good evening. It's raining. Uh, And I just heard that Putin launched a missile. It's a nuclear head missile, I do believe they said. And that now he's challenging Trump. Well, I mean, I think Putin knows too many people that Trump put in his administration. Um, I mean, personally, he knows. He had him dinner. And I don't. And um, I don't think Trump was very smart, misjudging Putin. Like I don't think Putin particularly cares for um, Trump. I think he cares for his country and for Russia, and that's no place probably for really United States. Um, because they're gonna sell their oil, I guess, to China too. I don't know. So and they got the Middle East right there to sell their oil that they have. But so um, oh, excuse me. Oh. But and then Trump was with that Japanese let's see, a prime minister. Um, I'll just call him president with the Japanese president. I mean, and he showed his side. They were using their cell phones. I saw pictures um of that dinner in his Florida I forget the name of the place, but in his Florida hotel golf course. Um, and the Japanese, believe it or not, they can look at America like from outside eyes. And I know, like looking at like a lot of Christians from outside eyes, I see a lot of faults. Uh, uh, you have to deal, now with whatever like illusion some of them seem to be under or fascist or I don't know what it is, but you know what I mean. You like when you're looking at something else, you can see it with fresh eyes, with new eyes, and you can see the faults better, and you can see like the positive better. And Trump is weak, and the people that he has are sort of weak. Racists is sort of weak in a lot of ways. Is that they have um, ideas of like just they just are in a lot of ways. Like yeah, sure, maybe they'll have guns, maybe they like to have a lot of big weapons and stuff like that. But when it comes to actually like what I mean, because like they'll smile in their face and act like they're your friend and everything, so they're sort of coward. But in a lot of ways, they're weak because if they're it's just like um well that was anyway that's how they're going to be perceived. It don't matter if they are or not. You know what I mean? Like they see them as bullying. Like they trying to still bully Obama. They over there like, well, Obama went and played golf. All those irrelevant, elementary, uh, uh, ignorant ideas. That on the global level is below any so petty that it's not, what I'm saying. And they're dealing on another level that you might say more mature. uh um but but the games that they play, uh Putin had experience. He's worked in intelligence, secret service. Um, he's been around the world. He's known all type of people, all type of leaders. He probably had a Trump peg from the beginning, and the only person that's probably leaking anything out of the White House is probably other Russians. because they see how insecure they are. It's like the only reason why you're gonna lie about something so obvious is because you have an insecure. You think that any moment now, like you're undeserving. You know what I'm saying? Even the guy, North Korea that they always criticize, you know, um, he don't play either. Russia don't play. To be honest with you, Germany don't play. Britain don't play. France don't play. But see, we got we got some people in the White House think it's like they playing like in kindergarten. Most people outside of certain areas, and I sort of mean sort of the United States, don't be thinking life is a game. Like I've heard that with policemen. Oh, you're playing games, and then the next thing you know, you hear other people in the community talking about, oh, you playing games, and you're like, you know, which don't make no motherfucking sense to me that you even have that type of thinking. I guess some people think life is a show, so they got to put on one. So there are people that like they got that self consciousness. Oh, life is a show. So when I go out there, and I'm not talking, and not that they're trying to look fabulous at all. They're trying to look, like a loser. Hitler Hitler left Germany a freaking mess. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so, and like, I don't know, maybe because I've known some German people, and they didn't think the same way, or at least the ones I knew didn't come off thinking the same way. Yeah, they still have some of the same jealousy, um, racism. And racism is just really a form of jealousy by a big ass bully. So people, you know what I'm saying? They still have some of that, and then they have a bigger majority that's grown. You got some that's always going to be stuck in the mud, and some that but they see this, because Trump is saying this shit. You know what he said in his inauguration, making us sound like we a weak ass, So anyway, we see who's flexing, and I don't know how Trump's gonna be able to handle with his administration, because like their whole goal mostly is like they gotta stop doing this with America, stop doing this. They've been focused, solely on some self-destructive domestic problems, with how they're gonna handle shit in the rest of the fucking world. They just show their ass, and I'm not talking about his executive orders or anything. He has met with other leaders. He met with a Japanese leader. Okay, he done talk to the Australian leader. He done talk to South Korea leader. He done, he done talked a lot with Putin. So you know what I'm saying? He's even met with somebody from Britain. So he's done talk, and it's what he's saying. Like what he said on the campaign trail. The same type of relic. That same type of talk. You can see that he don't have no respect, and neither does anybody in his administration. You know what I'm saying? Now they think they're the big dog, they're the king of the hill, or whatever. Reality, your freaking parasite, is getting paid by the taxpayers of the United States, you and your people, because you work for the government. Second of all, the type of business that you run, like the oil business is parasite of indigenous people all over the world, where you done tore down their forests, so you could bring in your trucks. You don't tore up their waterways, polluted it, the air, the water, and the land for the coins, for the dollars. And it's like you got billions of dollars, so now you can just prove how freaking greedy you are. They know that you don't have the humanity to understand what you did with the bandit, because you're too busy playing games. And what's the whole objective when you're playing games? Like if you're a basketball player and you're playing games, what's the whole objective? To please the fans? Well, we're not pleased. To make money off of the fans? Yeah, most indubitably. With your wall. Now they have the engineers. What is it? The government-owned engineers saying how much it's gonna cost. And then they're saying that, and then Mexico says if you give them a 20% like tariff charge or whatever, then they're just gonna pass it on to the American people. So it's gonna come out of the American people pocket. So he can't associate, you know, policies to the reaction that it's going to get either financially or any other way. But he's just thinking on how can I make Obama look bad. Obama history is written, boo. It's all been televised. It's all been downloaded. It's all on YouTube. And just like it's showing that we're trying to undo. But you don't have no plans. You don't have nobody's seen. Not even when you was trying to get elected, you never showed any real political policies, or you never showed how you never show the who, what, where, why, or how, when. Well, we know when. We're fast. But we haven't seen how it's going to affect us financially. How's it going to affect our security? How's it going to affect our education system, our manufacturing system? How's it going to affect our foreign affairs? We're not an island ourselves. But I see they need to really, I don't know. This, you know what I'm saying? Because like Russia thinks he got you right where you want. What you gonna do, Trump? Fire off a missile? What you gonna do? Because you've fucked with some very powerful people. They ain't about no goddamn games. I don't think they about no toys. You know, and they ain't giving a fuck about how to make some black person look bad. You know what I'm saying? That's your whole objective, trying to find somebody to be your freaking goat. Playing this con game that you've been playing, and you're the type what they call the played out trick. You think because you've been con, so you think now, okay, I done learned this shit how to be con, whatever. So you go and fuck with somebody, like the lesser person, like example your university. You trick some bunch of people out of money. When you made your place up in New Jersey casino, you tricked the people that was building the casino. You done made a lot of enemies, Trump. You just think you should have thought about that before you and your people got real nasty like the way you did on the Senate floor. Because you don't open everybody's eyes on how, like, you already won, but you still gonna be dogging on the Democrats and get nasty about it, be bully about it. You so busy trying to fuck somebody else that's American citizen over, but baby, why they got you bent over? I hope they use Vaseline when Putin fucks you in the ass.